Well, the severe weather threat posted for tomorrow felt like an obvious topic to do a Facebook Live video on, so we're going to discuss when to expect the storms in our area and who could see severe weather for our Friday. As we start the video, guys, what I'm going to do is the same thing I always do. I'm going to share the video real quickly over to WDRB News, WDRB Weather. If you guys are jumping in on the video here tonight, please remember, number one, if you guys enjoy my videos, please do me a favor, like the video. And then number two, sharing it's real important because we get it out to as many people as possible. So if you think somebody might be interested in severe weather potential for Friday, outdoor activities, things going on, just running errands of the day, do me a favor, share the video, let your friends know, and you can invite them in that we're covering severe weather threat on Friday. So let me give those two shares to WDRB News and to WDRB Weather, and then we'll jump into our discussion. And just a reminder, if we make it to 1,000 shares tonight, it'll be 88 nights in a row. 88 nights in a row above 1,000 shares. We're really quickly now starting to approach that. Almost impossible. If you would have asked me months ago, could we do 100 nights in a row above 1,000 shares? I think everybody probably would have thought I was crazy to even talk like that. But truth be told, we're probably within a week or week and a half from getting up to our 100th night in a row with above 1,000 shares, and you guys have been doing that. So please share the video if you guys can quickly. I'm going to add 2 to the total here. Quicker we share it, the less we have to talk about it through the video. Other thing is some people were wondering where I have been. This was actually my vacation. I had been off for some family things in the month of June. I had a weather conference in late June, and then this was really finally my time after a really active storm season for us, for me just to get a little bit of rest and relaxation. So I took off. I came back with a fresh tan, but enjoyed some time away. My business, I love what I do, but like everybody else, you know, you have active things going on day after day after day, and a lot of late nights, and it can take a toll on you. So in my business, refreshing after an active storm season is such an important thing. So, all right, with that, if you guys, again, let's jump into the video. But if you guys enjoy the video, please share away. Let's get to 1,000 shares early in the video so I don't have to even mention the word share late. Our goal is 1,000. Everybody share the video 3 times. Easy. We're above 1,000 shares. So let's jump into this discussion tonight. We analyze this severe weather threat. We look for 3 ingredients to be present. This is not severe weather threat for tomorrow, severe weather threat for any day. This is 100% of the days of the year. If you're going to have severe weather, you got to have these 3 items present. Number 1, you've got to have instability. What in the world is instability? Well, instability is developed by warmth and high dew points. And if you're probably thinking, all right, not too warm today, but dew points are pretty high, you would be right. We'll come back to that. We need to have wind energy. Here's the reason why. You see this little thunderstorm I've got on the side here? Let me explain what wind energy does. So if you have no wind energy, the air rises directly up, condenses right above the updraft with a rain shaft, and then that rain shaft proceeds to fall directly down into the updraft. Now, if the updraft is the lifeline of the storm, you will collapse that updraft virtually instantaneously by that air sinking out of the thunderstorm. So how do you stop a thunderstorm from collapsing like that? You do it by having mid-level wind energy. So if the mid-level wind energy is there, the air rises angled into the thunderstorm and falls out at an angle. And what happens is that rain never sits on top of the updraft, and that allows a storm to live longer and to ultimately become severe. So wind shear is important. Finally, we need a mechanism to force the thunderstorms. I think it goes without saying, if you don't have thunderstorms, you don't have severe thunderstorms. So let's go through this. Warmth. I mean, is it there? Well, today's not really that warm. Our temperature only got to 79 degrees in Louisville. However, when you notice around our area, you notice virtually everybody had warmth. The areas where the temperatures were not warm is where we had that system today that brought all of the rain across our area. So we know that it was artificially cooled, and the real temperature with sunshine today would have been 90 degrees. So there is indeed warmth. Enough warmth for some instability, And we know that dew points are outrageous right now. It's sticky outside. Dew point 70 in Austin, 72 Jasper, 69 Litchfield, 72 degrees in Shelbyville. So we've got warmth and moisture. We would expect, if we see sunshine tomorrow, for there to be instability that develops. Anything above 1,000 units of instability will support severe weather. So let's look and see, with sunshine, what do we do tomorrow? Well, the NAM computer model is showing we go to near 90 degrees, and you can see even at 9 p.m. it's still very, very warm tomorrow. So prepare yourself tomorrow for a toasty and humid afternoon. We go then and look at the instability values. And we developed this graphic here recently so you'd actually be able to see the instability values for your town in basically a friendly viewing environment. So where we have these purples to our north are instability values that peak above 3,000 units. With that said, notice our area. Virtually everybody has instability values with the exception of our far southern counties that are over 1,000 units. Our southern counties start to increase later on in the day and into the evening, but even at 10 p.m., you notice the instability values are anywhere between 2,000 and 3,000 units across our area. Bottom line is that's more than enough instability to support organized severe weather. The next thing that we look for is wind energy. Anywhere from the surface to 6 miles above the ground, the winds have to be 35 knots, which is 40 miles an hour or greater to support an organized severe weather threat. Let's say that again. If the winds are 40 miles an hour or greater, anywhere from the surface to 6 miles above the ground, the storms go straight up and straight down. We call them pulse, and they do not produce organized severe weather. 40 miles an hour, the critical threshold. You'll notice there is a bubble of stronger winds that develops in southern Indiana tomorrow afternoon and then approaches the river as we look towards 10 p.m. and then slides into our southern counties as we move towards around 6 a.m. on Saturday. But what I'm going to do is back it up just a pinch here to see the peak that is showing up in the data. 30 miles an hour. So now you're probably saying, Mark, that's substandard. That's below that 40 mile an hour threshold you mentioned, and you would be correct in making that statement. With that said, with instability as high as it is, 30 miles an hour is going to be enough to get it done. So it's one of those scenarios where it needs to be in that neighborhood, but the instability is so strong tomorrow that it should be able to overpower. So let's then look at advanced track. The last thing we need to do is find a forcing mechanism, and we find it very, very quickly. There is a cold front coming across the area tomorrow evening, and this is absolutely going to force thunderstorms late tomorrow. You'll notice at 5 p.m., here are the thunderstorms starting to form anywhere between Indy and Seymour. So between 5 and 7, you see the strong storms. What you'll notice is there is a surging area that's occurring in the bluegrass part of Kentucky, and my opinion is that is very, very likely to be severe. We, however, are on the tail end of that. And on the tail end, you normally do see severe, but it's normally not as widespread. So does this mean tomorrow is a day where everybody sees severe weather? The answer would be no, it is not, but it's in Louisville probably between 8 and 10, and then it's into our southern counties anywhere between 10 and around 1 a.m., pulling away as we go towards 7 a.m. on Saturday. So the final part to this equation, what are the main threats? You can see I've listed them on the right part of the screen. We see virtually no turning in the winds as we go upward in the atmosphere, so damaging winds are the main threat. Hail and heavy downpours are possible, nothing that would be huge hail, but some hail. And then, of course, like we saw today, frequent lightning's on the table. I have no problems with the Storms Prediction Center slight risk of severe weather. I think their westward component and their southern component are good. They put the component around the western part of our area that then extends through around the Kentucky parkways and then moves off towards the east. Does include Louisville, all of southern Indiana, and areas along and north of the parkways. You are under the severe weather threat. So the bottom line is, I don't think we're talking about a guarantee everybody's going to see severe weather tomorrow. With that said, I do think some of us will see severe weather tomorrow with the threats primary as damaging winds and hail. So with that, anytime we have a severe weather threat, I know the first thing that we're going to get is a lot of questions about my town. I will answer those, but what I would ask is, let's say somebody says Louisville. Remember, that also means areas like Corydon, Louisville, Shepherdsville, Mount Washington. That would include LaGrange, New Albany, Clarksville. So what I'd like to do as we ask questions is, if you hear an area very close to yours, try to understand that that applies your area as well. Secondly, we're sitting at 558 shares right now. Our goal is to make it to 1,000. So I need another 500 shares, which would require 2 to 3 shares from everybody in here, in addition to what you've already shared, and we'll make it. And by the way, after you share, if you share more than 5 times, comment down below so I can give you a shout out. Deborah with 7 shares, thank you. So let's open up to questions. Karen's saying her daughter's going to be on the road. Karen, mid-evening for North Vernon would be the primary threat. J. Mills with 10 shares, have to cut the grass. When will the grass be at its driest point? Jay, Sunday is probably a good candidate for you to mow the lawn, to be honest. Saturday is great as well. Joe with multi-shares. Thank you, Joe, with 5 shares. Caleb saying it was under a tornado warning today. So, Caleb, you're on the southern part of that line. Yeah, you guys got 1 tornado warning. Not something you see every summer. Those are rare in the summertime. Debbie saying hello out of Shively. Debbie, hope you're having a great evening. 15 shares from Ashley. Thank you, Ashley, excuse me. Trisha with 6 shares. Thank you, Trisha. Stephen saying he enjoys my forecast. Thank you, Stephen. 10 shares from Lindsay. You get a thumbs up on that. 6 shares from Bethany. Thumbs up to you. Thank you. Corden, what's the time frame? My feeling for Corden would be between 7 and 9 p.m. tomorrow is the most likely time frame. Data shows a little later, but many times the storms will surge a little quicker. Alicia's saying Bartholomew County Fair starts tomorrow, mid-evening threat. Yeah, I think so. Elizabeth's asking Bella Louisville tomorrow night. So the end of your cruise could be some thunderstorms. They're not going to be weather foolish. They're definitely what I would refer to as weather aware. So they should be able to make the necessary adjustments if it's a problem. Emily's asking about an outdoor wedding on Saturday. Normally, if it's off topic, I'll say wait, but weddings I know are a big deal. Fine, you're in good shape. Sandy with 10 shares. Thank you, Sandy. Joe saying was a weird rain today. Yeah, I'll tell you, the thunder lightning was just rolling today. I had the thunderstorm that hit my house around 1 today, and I got one of those strikes that was real close to the house where you can hear the buzz. And I was like, let's go ahead and shut the TV off. That's not how I want to go out on my TV. So shut the TV off. Let's just relax. I'll do Twitter and Facebook while the storms are moving through so I don't have to deal with any of those big problems. Joe saying shared with 22 people. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate you coming in. Alicia said quick moving storms tomorrow. Yeah, I think they're not going to be like really quick movers. About 30 miles an hour is probably doable. Hardin County, my feeling is probably between 10 and 11 o'clock tomorrow. Are you guaranteed to see severe? Absolutely not, but you could. Steven's asking if I can say hello to his daughter, Diana. She's 9 and wants to be a meteorologist. Hey, Diana. Meteorologist is a pretty cool career, by the way. But Diana, make sure you study your math and your science classes. You may not see value in them now, but I promise you, if you ever go to college and try to pursue a meteorology degree, trust me when I tell you, you need to be good at math and sciences or it will not go well. So study those. Time frame for Scottsburg, 7 to 9 p.m. Do I think E-Town would have problems with the 4th of July fireworks tomorrow? It's possible. It's not a guarantee. It might actually just be a little bit later on those storms, so it's possible. Timing for Grayson County tomorrow, probably after midnight. James with a share and a like. Let me update you guys on where we are on our shares. We're if we get over 1,000 tonight, it'll put us at 88 nights in a row above 1,000 shares. It's crazy. I mean, crazy. We're only 12 videos away from going over 100 in a row above 1,000 shares, which is crazy stuff. Ruth Ann said nearly 3 inches of rain today. Yeah, a lot of people saw a ton. You know, on a positive, On a positive is, you know, in the summertime you can be struggling with rain. So nice thing to get some rain is a good thing for our lawns. Isabella is saying, what do you need to become a meteorologist? A degree. I can tell you, as someone that hires in a weather department, I will not even look at somebody that doesn't have a meteorology degree. So as most careers, you have to have a degree to get into meteorology. Will the storms be severe for Scottsburg? I can't, there's no way to say for an individual town whether you're going to see severe. But is the possibility there? Yes, it is. Let me update you on our shares. We are sitting at 887. All right, guys. Let's step on the gas on the shares now so we can get it easily up over 1,000. Love the video if you guys enjoy being able to get some more detailed discussion on a Facebook Live video. I mean, you know, what we do here is we geek out. We're weather geeks. You know, I always thought there was a segment of people that were equally as weird as me that loved meteorology and maybe didn't get the degree, but would enjoy talking about it. And so what we've done with the Facebook Live videos, we have our little Weather Geek Club, and on a nightly basis, we discuss. So it's kind of a fun thing. Christina, Meade County, my feeling is 8 to 10. Greene County time frame for tomorrow, my feeling would be after midnight. Hannah's saying, lucky to have me. I appreciate that. You know, it is nice. Truth be told is I think every one of us go to work on a daily basis, and there's days where we feel really appreciated, and there's days where we feel not appreciated. And I think that, you know, a lot of us work hard every single day and always want to feel appreciated. The nice thing about my job is, you know, you guys are awesome to me on a nightly basis, and it makes me feel appreciated. And, you know, you want to work harder when you know that you're appreciated. It is a great, great thing. Penny saying, going to be in Santa Claus, Indiana. My feeling is mid-late evening could be a strong thunderstorm. Not a guarantee, but I put it at 40%. Bats game tomorrow evening. So if a storm comes through the Bats game, probably between 8 and 10. Wouldn't last a long time, but you may, you know, have a delay for a short period of time if a storm gets too close. Missy with 15 shares. Thank you. Remember, guys, after you share it at least 5 times, comment down below so I can give you guys a shout out and a thumbs up. Another 3 shares from Amanda. Thank you. Valerie Stroud with 5 shares. Thank you. Shepherdsville 8 to 10. Shalee with a share out of Austin, Indiana. I think, by the way, for your area, 7 to 9. Billy Ray asked if I will jump in the pool behind the station someday. Let me think about that for a second. No. Because if I do, that will live on in infamy on social media and the internet for the rest of my life. Boy, I hope I don't do that. Emily's saying she has a 15-year-old that loves meteorology. Math and science. You know, the interesting thing about meteorology is the jobs are really expanding in the private sector. National Weather Service, not so much. TV. There's just never going to be a lot of jobs in TV. And you think about it, so at my station we have 5 meteorologists. We have 4 stations in the market. So that means in the Louisville area, there's only 20 jobs of what I do. So think about that. You know, if you have a career, imagine if there are only 20 jobs of what you did in the entire city. So that kind of makes meteorology one of the difficult ones. In particular, if you have a desire to stay near family, it's really, really, really tough. Timing for Evansville. So Evansville's chance is a little lower. I'd put it at 30%, and my feeling is if it gets to you, 8 to 10. Jeffersonville, Clarksville, 8 to 10. Another share from Jamie, thank you. Kate sharing 6 times. How about Jefferson County, Indiana? 7 to 9 would be my time frame for you. And I think you have a better chance of seeing severe, to be honest. Indianapolis, yes, but it would be earlier, probably in the 5 p.m. time frame-ish. Jacob's asking Oldham County, 7 to 9. Actually, I'd put it closer to 8 to 10, to be honest. Yeah, Emily said, yikes, only 20. And that's the truth of the matter. I know a lot of people with degrees in meteorology, and I know a lot of them that don't use their degree at all. And that's the sad part. I always try to be very realistic. If meteorology is your dream, go for it. It was mine, and my dad always kind of told me, if you're good at something, there'll always be a job. So if it's totally your passion and what you want to do, my opinion is there's no question that you will ever get a job. I know you will. But, you know, with so few jobs, you've got to be one of the best. 5 shares from Tammy. Thank you, Tammy. Bardstown or tomorrow. My feeling for Bardstown is 9 to 11 if you're going to see any strong thunderstorms. Marion County after midnight tomorrow. Greene County, same thing. Kathy's saying UPS has their own meteorologist. They do, as does the Weather Service. So, you know, let's say you had the Weather Service, which I'm guessing probably has 20 Mets in building. And UPS, my guess would be probably 10, maybe 5. So, you know, if you add all those together, you're still talking about probably under 50 meteorologists in the entire area, which, like I said, if you think about how many people that have all the other degrees, you're only talking about 50 jobs in your area, it means the job market is rough, and it really is. Sparta race on Saturday, not concerned. I actually think it's going to be a great day if you go to the Quaker State 400, to be honest. Hey, it's John's birthday. Everybody make sure you say happy birthday to John. John, hope you're having a great birthday, my friend. Terry's saying, glad I'm one of the best in our area. I appreciate that. I really do. We're at, all right, up over 1,000 shares, and we still have 10 minutes left. I'd love to make it to 1,500 tonight with a good topic. Seems quite doable. So that would require about 300 shares more. About 2 shares, everybody. We'll get up over 1,500. Let's have another. That'd be actually 2 in a row above 1,500, which is pretty good. Shepherdsville, 8 to 10 was my thinking. Kim with 20 more shares. Thank you, Kim. E-Town tomorrow, my feeling is probably between 9 and midnight. Henry County, could you see strong? Yes. My feeling is between 9 and 11. Joe's saying, weather is our glue. We stick together. I agree with that one. James saying, who's going to win the UFC fight? So James must know that I am a huge fan of the mixed martial arts and all combat sports, to be honest. I love boxing and I love MMA. And we have a good community of MMA in our area. And boxing. I love that we're bringing boxing back to the area. Vander Holyfield's fights, I was out there, was awesome. It really was awesome. So it's kind of cool to see this stuff emerging in our area. 2 more shares from Missy. Thank you. Simone with 2 more shares. Thank you. Meade County from Tina. Tina, my feeling is probably between 8 and 10 tomorrow for you. Radcliffe, 9 and midnight. Charlestown, 8 to 10. Lisa with 10 shares. Thank you, Lisa. Litchfield, Millwood. I think the storms are probably going to be becoming more isolated and waning by the time they get to your area. So with that said, you're probably looking at near or slightly after midnight. What I'd like to do is get to 1,500 on this one, and then we'll wind it down so I can rest a little. Being out of the office for a couple of days, I've got some new things I'm working on, and trust me when I tell you this, we'll debut something new either tomorrow or Monday. And when you see it, you will know it's new. I'm not one that likes cliches and saying, oh, we've done things nobody has ever done before. People have done things. But I promise you, what you will see us doing is very cool. I kind of have demoed to everybody around the station, and every time somebody sees it, they're like, so we'll be debuting either tomorrow or Monday, and you will see, like I said, when we debut it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Johnny's asking about a clear day to cut some hay. Johnny, I think Sunday might be a decent day if you don't get rain tomorrow. I know you need a couple of dry days in between. Saturday, Sunday look decent, and if you wanted to wait, Monday has a slim thunderstorm chance, but I think you'll get your couple of dry days in a row. Stephanie out of Mount Washington, thinking 8 to around 11, probably on the later part of that time frame. Any bad weather possible in Henryville near 6? There is some possible near 6. Christy is saying she shared it so many times her phone won't allow her to share it anymore. Now that is exactly what everybody in our Facebook Live video should be saying. Every single person should be saying, my phone won't let me share anymore. That means you are a good Facebook friend. To me, not your other Facebook friends. Let's see where we are, if we made it above 1,500 yet. 2 more shares from Kurt. Thank you, Kurt. Madison, 8 to probably 10 in your area. All right, guys, we're at 1405 shares. We need 100, and I'm going to wind it down. Everybody share the video one more time, and we're done. Micah with 5 shares. Thank you. Tara's asking about Louisville and PRP. 8 to 10 is my thinking. 15 shares from Nikki. I love it. So Kim asked a question, why do my joints hurt worse on some fronts than others? And the truth is that there seems to be some connection with respect to joint pain and pressure, but it doesn't seem to be, from what I have looked at, a direct correlation, because there are times where the pressure change is very, very minimal, and people ask me about why their joints are hurting so much, and then there's times where there are large pressure changes and people say it doesn't bother them. So my opinion is that it's not really as directly correlated as some people think. Simone, 5 more shares. Thank you. Micah with another 5 shares. Thank you. Jimmy said on the bomb. I appreciate that. 5 more shares from Iris. Thank you. 20 shares from Amber. Thank you, Amber. Linda's asking, where am I located? I'm located in Louisville, Kentucky. My viewing area goes as far north as about Seymour, Indiana, and as far south as about Munfordville and Columbia, Kentucky. That's kind of the area where you get to see me on TV. But with Facebook, obviously, I think you guys know that we can cover the whole country and the whole world. So I try to answer questions for anybody, anywhere in a Facebook Live video. Let me quickly see where we stand on our shares, and then if we made it up over 1,500, we'll be able to relax a little here. We are over 1,500, so let me quickly tell you guys what I'm going to be discussing on WDRB News at 10. We saw rain and thunderstorms today. Did you? Some of us saw 2 to 3 inches of rain. Was that your area? I'm going to go through whether the storms are done for the night and how much rain you saw in your area on WDRB News at 10 o'clock, top of the hour. 10:22, severe weather's on the table tomorrow. New data rolls in. My analysis on the timing and my analysis with the new data on the threats for your area on WDRB News at 10:22, and then on WDRB News at 10:37. We go into the weekend. Obviously, we're going to see some storm potential tomorrow, but here's an interesting one for the weekend. Some of the data is showing near 40s for parts of our area. No, really. Near 40s for parts of our area this weekend. Thumbs up if you like the cooler. Thumbs down if you hate the cooler. Either way, we're going to see some sharply cooler, and I'll talk about when to expect that, but it's not a cool extended only. The 90s will return, and I think we may go above 93 degrees. So guys, you can watch me on TV. Set your alarm for 10, 10:22, 10:37. That way you guys can go about your business. Switch over to WDRB when the weather comes on, and that way you can get your information on the topics I just talked about. I'm going to rest my voice for a little while, guys. We made it over 1,000 shares for our 88th night in a row. I always appreciate it when you guys do that. If we have severe tomorrow and it's out of newscast, I'll try to do a Facebook Live video. So if you're in here new, make sure that you like my page. That way you would get an alert tomorrow if I'm doing a Facebook Live video during some storms. I'm going to rest my voice now, and I will see you guys on WDRB News at 10.